Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, A Little Bit of Everything with Erin. In today's video, we will be making another glitter tumbler with epoxy, and this is going to be a peekaboo geode type cup. As you can see, I have my epoxy already mixed. My epoxy is a 1-to-1 ratio. We'll be using a few different greens and some gold glitter. Most of them are all extra fine. One is like a medium, so it's got a little bit of chunk to it. The cup was already this lime green color, so that was why I went with the green colors for the geode style. You can do whatever background color you want with any color glitters you want. Just make sure your background is either white or the color that you'll be using. That does help a lot. So I'm just going to be using my silicone brush, and I'm going to apply a nice layer of epoxy all over the cup. You want to get it from top to bottom. I do have the bottom taped off because the very bottom of the cup was the stainless steel color instead of the green, and I just wanted to go ahead and keep it that color as well. Once I have a good thick layer on, I will take my heat gun and just heat that up because I do want the epoxy to be a little warm. I do want it to be able to flow well because we're going to have to throw some glitter on there, and we want that glitter to just move around and do its own thing on the cup. Now we're just going to take the glitter and sprinkle it randomly on the cup. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no which way am I going to put the color on. I'm just kind of sprinkling each different color on at once in different spots of the cup so that we just get a different style. Plus with the epoxy still kind of warm, and we're going to hit it up again with that heat gun, all that glitter is just going to kind of flow and move around the cup. Now, some epoxy did seep through the tape, so I'm just taking some alcohol and wiping that down. And it'll clean that up a little bit for me. Nice little tip if your epoxy is still a little tacky, that'll help get it off of there. Alright guys, once the epoxy is fully cured, which is about 24 hours, we want to take this and put white spray paint over it. This is going to allow us to do our next layer so that we get the peekaboo effect. I just pick up any white spray paint that's on sale. It doesn't matter as long as it's white. I do go with a matte finish versus a shiny. And now that this is all done, we're going to go ahead and cover the bottom again so we don't get white paint on there. So let's take it outside and spray paint that. Alright, our cup is all dry and white. You're going to need a 1-inch bristle brush. The bristle brushes work best for this method, and I'm just using some brown alcohol ink. Any brown will work. You can get a light, a dark, whatever you prefer. Make sure you do shake your alcohol ink well. And we're just going to lay that alcohol ink in a line right down the cup. There's no rhyme or reason to this either. This is just how you get the wood grain effect on your cup. And I do have a video where I just talk about the wood grain. I will link that down in the description box below. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up so you don't have to watch that full thing. So there's the wood grain. We're going to let this completely dry, and then we will do 2 coats of triple thick and let that dry. Alright, so this next step we'll need 91% alcohol. I just have some in this cup here. You will need plenty of Q-tips. I'm going to start with a larger area, so I'm going to use a paper towel with the alcohol on it first, and you just want to start rubbing. You will need to put some elbow grease into this, but what we're doing is we're taking off that clear triple thick and the alcohol ink to expose the glitter that is underneath it. So you'll just notice the more you rub it, you start getting that off, you start getting down to the glitter, then you'll want to get some of the bits to, because you still want it to look like it's peeking through this wood tree. So the Q-tips are really good to just get those fine spots on the side to really help that glitter just pop through there. And there's no real rhyme or reason to which way you're doing this, just whatever you feel good with, that's what you want to go with. And you can have it pop out in different spots, you can have big pop outs, you can have small pop outs, whatever way you want this to look. It's all in how you feel it should look. Now I did do, I think 3 or 4 different little spots on here. It did take me about 45 minutes to get all of my peekaboos to pop out. So I've deleted a lot of that because I just didn't want you guys to have to sit through all that. So I'm going to go ahead and get to our next step. Alright, I lost the video, but the next step after you get all that done is just a nice layer of epoxy, clear coat. You just want it to be nice and even on that coat. That last coat of epoxy is dry, so we're going to add our decal. I found this really cute silhouette of a fairy from craftbundles.com with their new silhouette bundle they just came out with. I'm just going to be using some contact paper that I get from the kitchen section of Walmart to add that to my cup. You'll also notice that I have a different turner today. A lot of you guys have been ordering the cup turner that I recommended from Amazon in my Amazon store, and some of you actually wanted a review on it, so I am going to be doing a full review. I was just using it in this one because my other one was busy with another cup that I'm working on. And if you use the code Erin20 at craftbundles.com on any of their packs, you'll get 20% off. Now it's just trying to find the perfect spot to put this little fairy. I really wanted this cup to just go with like this enchanted forest theme with the green. It was just really reminding me of like a Tinkerbell fantasy, and I just thought this would be super cute to add to the cup. Once we get the fairy on, we will be adding another coat of epoxy. So if you guys watched any of my previous videos on tumblers, you know that I love to add a little bit of glitter on that final coat. I don't know what it does about it. It's like my signature on there. I was going back and forth if I was going to do that on this, and I decided to go ahead and do it with the white translucent one because it's got this enchanted forest feel to it, and I just thought pixie dust, right? So here's the cup going around, getting ready to add that glitter and that last layer of epoxy. I'm going to be using my silicone brush to get a nice even thin coat on there. We don't need a thick coat on this last one. Once we have that last coat on, we're just going to let this one sit and spin anywhere between 4 and 8 hours. It should be hardened, and then I let it hang dry for another 24 hours. I do have some extra epoxy mix left, so I'm going to put it in this silicone heart-shaped cookie thing that I have, and I'll just use that to make a keychain because I don't like to waste any of the mixed epoxy. And here is the finished product. It came out just as I had hoped it would. I love the peekaboo effect from the glitter for this cup. Alright guys, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I do try to answer those right away. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my page. We're having a giveaway at 10,000. We're almost there. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you hit that bell, you'll get notifications anytime I post new videos. Until next time guys, happy crafting!